Hey guys, welcome back to another discussion of WandaVision. Today we're talking about episode 8, previously on. Yeah, that's the actual title. Today I have Will here with me again, and Matt. Say hi, guys.
What up?
Hello.
So, what'd you guys think of the episode?
It needs to be longer, but I'm going to say that about every episode.
And it was actually one of the longest episodes we've had so far,
Nope,
too.
It needs to be longer.
Longer.
It needs to be longer.
We just want more.
We need more.
Like, I'm glad it was a flashback episode, because I feel like we needed that. But at the same time, I feel like I just wanted more because we only have one episode left.
Yeah, that was kind of my problem. Like, I feel like this should have came a little bit before. Like, I don't know, going into the last episode, I feel like there's still a lot I want to know. I'm like, could they cover it all in 40, 50 minutes? That's my worry, is hopefully they could do it well and good in 50 minutes.
Yeah, it feels like they progressed where they're at in this story, but there's, God, how many questions that are left unanswered, and you only have one more episode left?
There's so many. Like, I'm still stuck on, is this Peter from the X-Men films? Because,
According to Agatha, no.
well,
but then
she
everyone's
never.
like, but how does he know so much?
But the thing is, like, she never said it wasn't him from the X-Men film. She just said she used him to, like, spy on Wanda. And she couldn't get. She
Her brother,
couldn't.
because he's too far away and he has holes in him.
Yeah, because he's
Well, not
so
mine.
dead. He's 5 years dead.
Yeah,
Actually, like 10 years dead, maybe at that point.
at this point, yeah, almost.
So, like, I still want him to be Quicksilver from the X-Men films. I really want that now. And I have a feeling he's not going to be, and I'm going to be really sad about that. Because I love the Halloween episode. I still think that's one of my favorite episodes of the show. Because it just felt like a 2000 sitcom. And I mean, we grew up with that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just my nostalgia, but God, I love that episode so far. Like, I don't know. I maybe it was because this episode didn't. I mean, it progressed the story, but there wasn't a lot of
Answers.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of answers, and we only have one more episode.
We don't know how long it's going to be.
It's 50 minutes. It got leaked. It was 50 minutes.
It was 50 minutes. Is that 50 minutes total with like the 6 minutes of
It probably is. So it's just like what, 2 minutes longer than this week's episode? What? How? What are they gonna tell us? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, she's down in the basement, and we know Monica is outside.
With
They could
Fietro.
jump in right when at this one ends, when she's outside, and they have kids. That's the only thing I could think of. You jump in right then and there with Monica and fake Peter.
I mean, they're gonna have to. This next episode. I know we didn't want to do this, but this next episode has to start out with action starts immediately. We have to get this going because we only have 50 minutes.
Yeah, you've gone all the way up to the mountain, and now it's time to push the boulder over to like crash down into the town below. Like, you have to just let it roll.
So
my thing is, I'm worried that they're gonna answer all the questions that no one's asking.
Right?
Like, they're gonna throw us like the nastiest curveball. Like, we still, like everyone says, we still haven't seen that big cameo.
No.
I'm still gonna make the joke. Evan Peters still costs $71.3 billion.
Paul Bettany's been talking about this actor he's been wanting to work with his entire life. Is it himself?
I would die if he walks in.
It's him, right?
As a random person, that'd be great.
Well, I mean, he's playing White Vision,
which is a nod to the comics, which I'm kind of excited for.
So, of course, Vision and Vision are going to have chemistry, right? Fireworks. So,
which will be interesting because we know that in this one, normal Vision, quote unquote normal Vision, is part of Wanda.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then this white Vision in the comics is like emotionless, has no memory, like just like the actual like robot that everyone thinks he is.
Mhm.
So it's really interesting to see how that plays out.
Cause oh my god, where should we start?
We
So
should start with the Easter eggs.
no.
Damn.
Maybe okay, let's start with the first flashback or the first like time hop that they did. So the people in the commercials were not Wanda's parents. We got
No.
that confirmation.
Yeah.
I'm still confused with the timeline because they were 10 years old when their parents died. They're supposedly Wanda and Pietro at this point in time should be in like their 30s, late 20s.
Yeah, almost 30.
But Malcolm in the Middle was in the suitcase that her dad brought home, which came out in the 2000s. But if they were 10, they would have been that would have been like early 90s, mid 90s,
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle was
2000. It came out
Well, let's
in
be
actual
honest.
2000.
2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This-
January 9th, 2000, yeah.
What are you gonna say, Matt?
Things have been fucked up for a while since Homecoming, so
It's true. We
this isn't
shouldn't
the
think
first
into it.
time, you know.
Yeah. Not gonna overthink it, but something I
Is this
got.
the equivalent to is it First Avengers where Tony is like that man's playing Galaga? Thought we
Yeah.
didn't notice, but we did, but we noticed it.
But yeah, so Wanda's been a witch this entire time. I feel like
So
that's what this hints at, right? Like, is she?
I'm a little excited on the inside because I'm a nerd. The idea is that Wanda had mutant witch powers, which would be a very, very hard in writing, like blood on the scripts of mutants being in MCU, and that's how they're gonna write it. And she was like, it was there the whole time.
Yeah, she was
It's
always a
also
mutant.
and yeah, it's also very easy to write because in the comics, and everyone's thinking that maybe even I said I think she's gonna rip open the wormhole that's gonna make mutants happen, or everyone in the Westview with because she's controlling everything is gonna make mutants. Now it's probably a little bit easier to write if you say they've been there, they just haven't had like their mutant powers. I'm trying to think of the word like expressed or like
Yeah, like people have
enhanced.
it hasn't been brought up widely that
Yeah,
mutants exist. Like they've been here the entire time. Like it feels like that's how they're retconning it.
yeah.
But then
It's also really easy to write with sword, but like, oh yeah, we've monitored these people who like may have mutant powers, but we just didn't do it.
yeah. Or I guess in the comics, one of the videos I was watching brought this up that they retconned Wanda and Pietro as not mutants but mutates. So kind of like Miss Marvel or
She-Hulk?
yeah, She-Hulk. So maybe they're just like, "Oh, she's a mutant," or no, she was always a witch but never a mutant. I don't know. Like I just get heavy like, "Oh no, she's been a mutant this entire time," and that Mind Stone just enhanced the power.
Yeah, it started the cascade effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool
It
seeing
seems
the
like that's the
silhouette.
easiest. Yeah,
I like seeing the silhouette of Wanda from
Scarlet
the
Witch. Yeah,
future. Yeah,
yeah, that's very nice.
hmm
that was so cool.
And she got her name.
Yeah,
Yeah, the two words were finally dropped after how many movies?
so long, and I mean, she's always been referred to in the credits as Scarlet Witch. I'm pretty sure, but like finally,
In the credits, it was always Wanda Maximoff.
was it?
Yeah, this is the first time it's actually been said.
Yeah, look it up.
We've all known we've all called her that, but in the physical credits, end credits, movies, interviews, yada yada yada.
Checking it right now. I swear, I thought I saw that she was referred to as Scarlet Witch in one of
Maybe
the
in
films.
these end credits, but I think this is the first time anyone has said it. There may have been interviews with something like Wanda Maximoff / Scarlet Witch because it's on whatever YouTube channel or whatever. Whoever's doing the interview wrote that, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time.
I'm
Well, it
checking.
was exciting. It was exciting to finally hear it.
Oh, so
Yeah.
exciting! And that she's like a mythological like
Anomaly.
being. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
it.
chaos magic. Ooh. Exciting.
Yep, Scarlet Witch. It's in the credits of Age of Ultron. Wanda is Scarlet Witch and Fietro is Quicksilver.
Ooh.
It's really in the credits?
It's in the credits.
Like in writing in the credits?
In writing in the credits.
Wow, really? I thought for sure this may be the first time it's said, maybe not credited.
Yeah, it's the first time it's said. It won't focus.
You won't focus, but yeah,
Because
take our word for it.
It's there.
Go watch the
It's
best part of
there.
Age of Ultron, the credits.
The credits, the best part. It's at 2:14:20.
Take our word for it.
It's in there. But yeah, dude, hearing her be like, "You're using chaos magic. You are the Scarlet Witch."
That's like how I felt on the inside.
Oh my god. Oh, like she said it.
The words were said.
It took so long.
It's like people were playing a drinking game since Age of Ultron. And we're just waiting for it.
But
I like the nod when she went on the plot of land and she made the house and I'm going to say exploded because that's personally the thing. I like the fact that it's a very good nod to in Age of Ultron when she's fighting all the Ultron bots or whatever they're called at the time.
and
And
Pietro
she
dies.
feels Pietro die and she explodes all of them. That's a very nice nod to how her powers are enhanced and more uncontrolled when she has extreme grief, I guess is the word.
That moment when she was at the plot of land.
Dude, cut you so deep.
I got chills, dude. Like right when I read For Us to Grow Old in V, dude, my heart.
Yeah.
Cut me deep.
And we found out what the heart meant on the calendar.
Yeah, we found out what the heart meant on the calendar.
Which even hurts more.
See, such a minor. It hurts. It like hurts you deep. But such a minor question that we had that we're not going to get into the major answers.
It's just like, Also, Hayward lied. Hayward frickin' lied. She never took Vision.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what Hayward's endgame is.
Well, like it's okay. From what I gathered at the Sword headquarters, is he wanted her to bring Vision back to life. Like that's all he wanted. He wanted Vision to be alive again. Whether that was for him to use him or something, but he wanted Vision back.
Because he's Ultron.
Because he's Ultron. No, I don't think so anymore. Like, I had that theory for a bit that he was going to be Ultron, but no, not anymore. He's just Sword Dude who has been experimenting on Vision for 5 years trying to reboot him and couldn't.
And at the end, wow, I should probably do something that actually brought him back to life the first time. Wow.
I think he knew he needed Wanda. He knew Wanda was the key to bringing Vision back. But it's just like, can't do anything. I mean, at the end of the episode, he said they rebuilt Vision so many times in the last 5 years just to try and bring him back.
When all we really needed was
Wanda's chaos magic. It's freaking... Like, I'm just trying to figure out, is this white Vision going to have Vision's, like, memories and stuff?
No.
You don't think so?
Nope. I'm almost guaranteed that this Vision's gonna have no memory of what he is. Like, there's a scene in the comics in, I want to say West Coast Avengers. I could be wrong. Because once I saw it, I was like, White Vision, I remember this slightly. And he goes back to, I can't remember what this comic is, but I know there's a scene where he walks through a door and like Wanda immediately hugs him and he's like, who's this chick? Like, what do I do? Like, he doesn't know what to do.
God,
So I think it's good. Yeah. So I remember reading like White Vision has like no OG Vision memories. He's completely emotionless, like carried out by whatever program they programmed him. Like he's just like basically he's a robot.
I'm just trying to figure out how he's gonna play into this last episode. Is he going to be the thing that everyone's fighting, or like
Is
is
this their
is
way to go into the hex without sacrificing a person?
right?
Mm.
Because since he's made from the stuff of the hex, he could just walk on through.
But like I saw a theory like maybe Vision and this like Wanda's vision will like merge together.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll kind of be like this in between of the White Vision from the comics. So like
Maybe.
he
At the
has the
end, he'll just
memories.
use his body and put her memories in him.
Mm-hmm.
Now my question is, what's powering him? Like, what's replacing the Mind Stone on his forehead? Is it just some type of like?
Wanda's chaos magic.
No,
I
yeah,
guess.
But
but
it looks like an arc reactor, right?
that's what I was thinking. An arc reactor of some type, or
Yeah, but I'm guessing. But the next to him was like the airplane that had.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Did
guessing I don't know. It's like the battery form, and they just charge up the arc reactor battery.
did you realize the thing she was in or the thing the drone was in was straight from Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was keeping Ghost alive.
Yeah,
Like that was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, wait a second, I
that's the
recognize
same
that box
technology.
from
Yeah,
somewhere, and I'm just like, wow, like did Pym have something to do with this too? Like, but he's also been gone for 5 years, so maybe the dude, what was his name? The dude who raised Ghost. Maybe he's been helping Sword
probably. Let's be honest.
this whole time. Maybe he's the cameo.
I doubt it.
Lawrence Fishburne, that's him.
Yeah, that's his name.
He's gonna be the cameo. No. What if
Bill Foster. That's
Bill
perfect.
Foster. There we go.
Yeah, it took us a minute. Trying to find it. Thanks, internet.
I like getting the scene between Wanda and Vision right after Age of Ultron, but before Civil War, where she was
Yeah,
still grieving for Pietro and like they were bonding.
yeah, bonding since they're both stuck in the house. I love the fact that Vision walks through the walls since the beginning. It's so nice. And then you get in Civil War, and just like we talked about this. It's so nice. Just like the little things that are just making it just so much better.
God, this episode did a really good job at pulling at the heartstrings. We want you to feel something right now because we're gonna hit you hard next episode. I really think that's what they're setting up for. Like, hey, you think Wanda's hurt right now? You haven't seen anything yet. Like, oh, she has two visions now. Oh, they're both gone too. Oh, her kids. Pff, what are those? Like,
Yeah,
she's gonna freaking lose it. Unless she doesn't. Maybe Doctor Strange comes and trains her to be an actual like witch with like the like powers.
which is really it's possible. Obviously, Doctor Strange could be the big cameo, but Agatha in the comics is actually that person.
Agatha at the moment seems like she's just scared of Wanda.
She's trying to figure it out. She's like, how the heck am I supposed to be the best witch out there? And this person comes along with chaos magic, which is like the freaking, it's like walking in with like the biggest hammer in the room while I have this little tiny little ting 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 hammer. And how the heck am I supposed to like frame up to her?
Because at the end of the episode, she's like, "You're dangerous." So I still think Wanda is the villain of this show because Agatha's just like, "No, you're dangerous. You're too much. You're the mythological Scarlet Witch. You're too powerful to be here." So like I was just like, "Oh yeah, Agatha's the bad guy." I don't think so anymore. I think it's Wanda. I think Wanda's always been the bad guy in this show or the antagonist, but it's kind of like Infinity War where Thanos was the protagonist of the story but was
Mm,
truly the villain.
Yeah.
right?
That'd be a pretty good curveball that at the end she'd have to stop using powers, which I think is going to happen anyway. Just how they write it.
But what do you guys think? Like, what anything in the episode stick out to you?
Uh, Stuck out to me was when Wanda is telling Vision about her grief over her brother, and it's just like I feel like I'm gonna drown or like I'm underwater. And then when you first hear when Monica leaves, it feels like all that grief was gonna drown her. It's that's a nice just correlation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think anything else that stuck out. The beginning being purple, that's Agatha all the way. It's nice little nod to how important she is during this, I guess,
Oh,
whole episode.
Agatha is snacking on Yo Magic. She
Yeah,
drained those people of their lives.
yeah, man.
So that's obviously what the commercial was hinting at. But
Speaking of commercials, the bomb is the first episode toaster commercial.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
I feel like we've
Yep.
kind of thought about that the entire time. Trying to think, was there anything else like? Because there were so many flashbacks.
The Hydra sticker on the, I guess, door. She
Mm-hmm.
was wearing the same thing in Winter Soldier. The I can't feel you. That
Oh, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
I still want to know what's Hayward's like
Endgame.
motive. Yeah, what's his motive behind this whole thing? Like, I just want to know that. Like, why did he want to bring Vision back online?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I just really want to know.
And like right at the end of his conversation with Wanda before she left, after like breaking the glass and everything, was she's just like, he's mine, and he's like, he was never yours. And that's the thing that broke Wanda. Like he was trying to push her to the edge to bring Vision back. He's like, maybe if I say this, she'll do it. It's like,
Just kind of egging her on to see if she could bring him back.
yeah. It's like, dude, what are you planning? What did you think was gonna happen if you did this? Do you think the Mind Stone's like energy created Vision? Because her power is red, but the thing that made Vision when she was grieving was yellow like the Mind Stone. So
Mind
like,
Stone also made her quote unquote witch powers like into hyper overload, hyperdrive, whatever you want to call it. I would like to think in extreme grief, the Mind Stone that hyperactivate her powers comes out, and this time it just happened to make Vision part of the Mind Stone that's already in her. I would like to think that.
it seems like it.
But then also that wouldn't make sense of why the actual Vision itself would be powered by chaos magic. Unless it's running off. I like to think honestly that the actual airplane, drone, whatever, is just a jumpstart battery to the arc reactor that's in Vision's body.
I like that
Like you
idea.
send the power from that into the arc reactor copies it, and now that's the like gas, juice, whatever that runs this
Yeah.
white Vision.
It also gave him some sentience.
Mm-hmm.
Like it needed to be her power to give him that sentience. Because if he didn't have that, there's really no way of controlling Vision.
Yeah,
So,
it should be interesting. I know the first thing I saw was a promo image, and it's the boys and Wanda and
and Vision.
normal Vision, and they're all like ready to fight. And then below that is a picture of the first time the Incredibles
Mm-hmm.
fought up.
I saw that.
I sent it to you, Joey.
Yeah.
Who did I send? And I was like, these are the same picture. Insert that meme here. So it should be really interesting to see who they're quote unquote fighting. If it's Agatha, if it's White Vision, if it's someone we aren't thinking of.
Well, I think it's going to be Agatha because Vision was on his way back home last time we saw him because he left Darcy and he
Darcy's still in
flew.
traffic. Changed my
Yeah.
mind.
So he's flying over. Monica and Fietro are outside Agatha's house.
Intro. Nice.
And then Wanda's in the street with her kids basically being held back by Agatha and her black fingers. Did you guys see that? Like her
Yeah.
fingers are just black. So weird. I love it though.
Yeah, she's a witch. You think they're gonna be all nice and cool? Not all witches are from Hocus Pocus. Come on
No,
now.
I know, but it's like such, I don't know. I like that design of like she's like decrepit.
She was from Salem, dude. That's Dark
Yeah,
Ages.
she's like 400 years old. It's fine.
Well, she absorbed like 7 people's bodies. So when you think about that, you do the math. You go through the you do the math. Like, okay, at that time everyone lives to like 50. Okay, that's 350 years at least. And then you think of all the advances in technology and all the studying she's done from all those years that she's been alive. Like, you would think, yeah, 400 years, eh. In the comics, I believe she's originally from Atlantis.
Is she really?
I want to say something along the like the first witch is from Atlantis. Hold on.
It's so weird. Like I say, watching this episode now, I want to go back and watch the Halloween episode because knowing Agatha was the eyes and ears of Pietro the entire time, like kind of controlling him. Like I want to see what moments she really kicked in and what moments she kind of let him just like go around and do his thing. Cuz that's why I still think it could be him from the X-Men films is because he had the super speed and the like the way he was like Peter from the X-Men universe. So I just feel like Agatha couldn't do that because during the Halloween part of the episode, he kicks into that serious mode, and that seems right when it really kicked in. It was like, we're not playing anymore. Like, you need to tell me how you did this.
I mean, yeah, I agree. And they also had that Nexus commercial. So it's
Exactly.
like, it just feels like it's just too much adding up for it not to be.
Because it's like, okay, is it the nexus of all realities, or is it that Wanda is a nexus being? Because nexus being just means she looks the same or is the same in every reality, right, Will? You're the comic book expert here.
Hold on, sorry, I'm looking to make so I'm looking at I was stuck on my Agatha Harkness is can know Atlantis. Apparently she knows 500 years before Atlantis sink. That's what all it says.
What is a nexus being?
Nexus being, I believe, is a person who can go in between realities. Compared to the Nexus beings are rare individuals where individual entities with the ability to affect probability and thus the future, thereby altering the flow of the universal time stream. These beings are referred to as Nexus, act as the keystones of the multiverse, and are crucial to the ultimate coherence and stabilities. They're vigilantly watched over the comics such as the Time Variance Authority and the Time Keepers. Very interesting words there. We can talk about something else.
Loki.
Yeah, Loki. One Nexus being alone supposedly exists on each of the parallel worlds of the multiverse and personify the character of the respective realms and serve as the focal point or anchor of that reality. Each being also acts as not a mystery energy, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah,
Nexus
blah, blah, blah,
beings
blah.
also have potential to produce an unbelievable,
Worried,
powerful offspring. So I don't know if she's a Nexus being or if it's the Nexus. So that's where I'm still stuck. Like, I feel like Agatha's gonna talk about it a bit at the beginning of the next episode and maybe be like, you're a Nexus being or something. Like, you're too powerful for this world. Like, maybe she's gonna be the one that's gonna try and kill Wanda, and then Vision just comes in and goes, you're dead, get out of here.
Doubt it. I doubt she's gonna die. If anyone's gonna kill her, it's gonna be Wanda.
I just want to know how she's gonna get taken out. I think she's gonna get taken out early in the episode. because they have to like set up the whole like we need to fight for our neighborhood thing. I mean, that was just one
Yeah.
shot in the trailer that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we gotta fight for whoever's fighting us. But then Vision knows that all this is fake. So we're gonna have that heart to heart. And then it's good. So whenever Vision shows up, the real episode actually starts.
Yeah.
Everything before that is just fluff.
I I just want to know so much. So what is one question you want answered in this final episode of WandaVision? Because I feel like we've
Is
talked about
Evan
as much
Peters,
as we can about
is
the episode.
Evan Peters still gonna cost $71.3 billion after this episode ends? They're not gonna bring in anyone else. That's the only thing I want to know. Is this person they're bringing gonna be a new cast? Is this person hyping up all the cast members are like, this is gonna break the internet? Or is it going to be someone we already know? Or is it going to be a name that we've thought of and haven't had a person associated with? It's very interesting to see how Marvel is going to do it.
I just realized Wanda knows Pietro was being controlled by Agatha. So what if he's still being controlled, Vision just goes over and goes and takes him out of it and knocks off the spell. And then that's when we find out who he is. Cuz like
Possible.
maybe the
It still
cameo
would cost $71.3 billion.
maybe the cameo is him going back to his universe and we see someone on the other side of the portal or whatever, like a James
That's
McAvoy,
what we do.
Michael Fassbender cameo.
Beast, anyone.
Yeah,
Let's go, kid.
anyone. Then that's two characters that cost a couple $1 billion.
Now, each character that anyone got that has already had a role from anything Marvel acquired, I just cut it in half. Like, if he goes back, like you're saying, and Michael Fassbender's just there, playing checkers or chess with Professor X, then I divide it by 3. But
Like,
right now, Evan Peters costs $71.3 billion.
For me, I think that's the big thing. Is Quicksilver is Fietro Peter? Because they're still so vague about it. And like
Yeah, that's like my
why
top question.
like why would they bring him in out of anyone to play Pietro? Unless Feige is just fucking with us. And it was purely meant to fuck with us.
We're just going to use him and not use anyone else. Yeah, my tier list of questions, that's number 1. How does he fit in at this ends? Who's the aerospace engineer? And what happens to Vision?
Yeah.
Like, the character, the body, like, what happens?
What about
Those
you,
are my
Matt?
like top 3 questions. But like the first question is like by far and away compared to the second and third question.
My question going into this final episode is, what's Hayward's plan? What's his goal? And that's what I want to know. That's my big thing right now because he has white vision going in. And I'm just like, what does he want from all this? What's his goal? So that's my question.
Like maybe it has to do with mutants. Maybe you're right. Maybe he knows about mutants. Maybe Sword knows about them and is like trying to figure.
We have to build stuff. We have to build. There was a whole bunch of things that he was supposed to be the who in X-Men is the guy who builds the sentience?
I forget who that is. Still my phone. But whoever that is, like I could see if they wanted to bring this dude.
He would be the MCU version of that.
Mm-hmm. And I feel
because
like
then Contact was whatever, and it was like sentient being, yada yada yada.
I feel like Hayward doesn't have a comic equivalent, right? Like he's new just for the MCU.
I believe so.
But yeah, no, I want Quicksilver answered. I want Hayward's motive. Why does he want Vision back online? Are the kids real? Like, if she is a Nexus being, she's able to create kids just out of nothing, which is insane. I mean, she created Vision out of nothing. So, and then does Doctor Strange show up? How does this tie into Spider-Man 3? I think those are my big 3 questions. Quicksilver, Hayward, how does this tie into Spider-Man No Way Home? Because we keep saying multiverse. What if it's not? What if it was never multiverse? Like, and I think the Quicksilver thing answers that question. But I guess we'll find out next week. Is there any last things you guys want to talk about? What Easter eggs? What Easter eggs did you notice? Well,
Easter eggs. I just wrote them all down. I have to go find them again. I think I did a lot of them. Just a lot of the small things, where like the beginning where you get all the the beginning where it's purple. That's always nice. At the beginning, the purple. It's nice to know that they did Agatha's backstory as Salem, not all the way back.
mm-hmm.
Agatha's basement has a whole bunch of I guess Easter eggs like the M, House of M. They have the hex physically there. It's hard to see. If you brighten it up, it's a lot easier to see. Just a lot of things. Just a lot of little things that made it better, if that makes sense.
Oh, also, I'm calling it now. There's no Mephisto.
No.
I don't think we're gonna see him at all. If the last episode is 50 minutes, there is no way they're going to introduce Mephisto and end him in one episode.
Sadly, no.
I mean, we said last week the cicada could be Mephisto, and that was proven wrong within the first 5 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
It's just and into the bunny's mouth. So maybe it'll be like a post-credit scene with Mephisto, if anything, setting up for Doctor Strange.
Or Doctor Strange multiverse could be Nightmare. People are really big into that for some reason. Don't really know why.
Well, that's because the director of Doctor Strange, who was doing Doctor Strange 2, said he wanted to use Nightmare. So I think that's why people are latching onto that. But I think we're going to see Nightmare and Mephisto at all. It's going to be in a post-credit scene. And that might not even happen until Spider-Man 3. We might not see that till then. Which is just crazy. I have no idea how this episode's going to go.
I feel like we're going to leave this episode and all the answers we want, we're going to get half answers for. Yeah. I don't know. It feels so weird to think we have one episode, it's 50 minutes, and we have God, how many questions we want to answer? 12, 13 probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to think if it's 10 questions, that means every 5 minutes we get an answer.
Also, is Monica, has she had her powers the whole time, or did the hex activate her powers?
That's what I'm saying. It's so easy. They did it so weird. So when you were talking before, when they were the Mind Stone, she was a witch, and then the Mind Stone amplified her powers. That's easy way to say there's mutants in the MCU, and because she was with the Mind Stone, it enhanced it. And it's easy to say Monica because she was so close. There's so many different ways you can write it.
Because the thing was, she was never surprised when she got the powers. She just got it and just started running. So it's did she have this the whole time? How is this?
I don't think she did. I think she had the mutant gene, if you want to call it like that. Kind of like how the mutants were originally written. It was all the genes were slightly different, so they have a chance to they might have a chance to get whatever abilities they have. It's easier to write that than to say the hex did it if you're going to bring mutants into the MCU. It's easier to say they've been here and this enhanced it than say...
Yeah, this hex made it. But yeah, it seems like they retconned and said, hey, Wanda and Fietro were actually mutants, or they had somewhat abilities, but the Mind Stone really went and pushed them over the edge. Because just okay, I think that's all we could talk about this episode. We've already gone on for 40 minutes. Let us know what you guys thought about the episode down in the comments below. Do you have any theories going into this last episode? What do you want to happen? Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It takes 1 second. You just click it and you're done. Hit that like button too. And if you like the video, you can share it to Twitter or whatever social media platform you use. And then tune in next week when we will be back here talking about WandaVision episode 9, the finale.
Probably a season recap.
Yeah, probably a season recap. Whew, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be such an episode.
Okay, guys, we will talk to you then.